The Dictionary of Real Estate Appraisal, page 144. Chapter M continued. Maturity. The date when an obligation comes due. Mausoleum. An above-ground facility used to house caskets. Or no, actually that's a mausoleum. That's how you pronounce that. Mausoleum. An above-ground facility used to house caskets. Maximally productive use. The physically possible, legally permissible, and financially feasible use that results in the highest present value. Maximum productivity. One of the four criteria the highest and best use of a property must meet. To achieve maximum productivity, a specific land use must yield the highest value of all the physically possible, legally permissible, and financially feasible possible uses. Meander. A winding course. Meander line. A line that points out the curves and lines of a bank or shore. A survey line that establishes the bank or shoreline of a stream or lake. Measured demand. The quantity of a particular type of real estate product that is actually occupied at a particular point in time, used as a possible indicator of demand at that point in time. Median strip. A roadway construction. A strip in the center of the road that divides opposing lanes of traffic. Maybe a narrow, concrete buffer or a wide landscaped area. Mediation. A method of non-binding dispute resolution involving a neutral third party who tries to help the disputing parties reach a mutually agreeable solution. Blacks. Medicaid. State programs of public assistance to persons whose resources are insufficient to pay for medical care. Medical office. A building containing space designated for medical functions such as doctor offices, dentistry practice, a medical lab, or medical facilities. The space is typically air-conditioned and specially finished for medical functions in terms of providing a greater number of wall subdivisions for treatment rooms and additional plumbing. Medical uses are typically parking intensive. Medicare. A federally funded nationwide hospital and medical care insurance program for citizens over the age of 65 and for disabled people of all ages. Medicare Supplement. An insurance program that specifically covers those costs not covered by Medicare. Medigap policy, a privately purchased insurance policy that supplements Medicare coverage and meets specified requirements set by federal statute and the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. Megalopolis, a large urbanized area resulting from the gradual merging of many cities and metropolitan areas into one great urban agglomeration. Megaplex, see multi-screen theater. Megapolitan area, a large region of metropolitan areas that have economic interconnections. Merchants Association, an organization that advances the common interests of shopping center or retail property tenants by planning advertisements, promotions, decorations, etc. Mere stone, a boundary stone. Merge line, a line that divides into two parts, a parcel that extends from one street to another street in the rear, designated so that the highest total value of the two parts will be developed. Considering each part as a separate lot, valued on the basis of its front foot value, modified by the depth factor to the depth of the merge line. Merger, the creation of a common land ownership for adjacent properties that were formerly owned separately. See also assemblage. Page 145. Megapolitan area. It shows up here in northwest United States. It's called Cascadia. Down here in the California area, this is called Sierra Pacific. In Arizona, in this area, it's called Southwest. In Nevada, it's called Wasatch Range. In Colorado, it's called Mountain. This part of Arizona is called Sun Corridor. Up in Illinois, it's called the Twin Cities. Over in the Michigan area, it's called Great Lakes. On the East Coast, around New York, New England, Philly, and Chesapeake, it's called Megalopolis. In the Carolinas, it's called Piedmont. And in the Florida Atlantic, Central Florida, it's just called Florida. In Texas, you have the Texas Triangle. Meridian, number 1. A great circle on the Earth's surface passing through the poles and any given point. For instance, a longitude line. Meridian number 2. In the government survey system, the true north and south lines that run from a baseline where they are 24 miles apart, also called guide meridians. See also baseline and range line and standard parallels. Metes and bounds system. A system for the legal description of land that refers to the parcel's boundaries, which are formed by the point of beginning, the acronym is POB, and all intermediate points, bounds, and the courses or angular direction of each point, metes. Metropolitan Area Plan. The extension and adaptation of general community planning to embrace an entire metropolitan area or a group of municipalities and suburban neighborhoods. Metropolitan Statistical Area. The acronym is MSA. A city of at least 50,000 people. An urbanized area of at least 50,000 with a total metropolitan population of at least 100,000. Designated under standards set in 1980 by the Federal Executive Committee on Metropolitan Areas. This term replaced the term Standard Metropolitan Statistical Area, SMSA. See also Consolidated Metropolitan Statistical Area, the acronym is CMSA, and Primary Metropolitan Statistical Area, the acronym is PMSA. Mezzanine financing. A form of secondary financing at a higher risk with a higher interest rate applicable to the secondary position. Often supplementary financing for a real estate development project where stock in the development company serves as collateral rather than the property itself. Microbrewery. A commercial establishment oriented toward the sale and on-site production and consumption of alcoholic beverages. Called a micro distillery if the alcoholic spirits produced are distilled rather than brewed. Microeconomics. The study of the economics of individual spheres of activity or patterns and behaviors. For instance, a firm, an industry, a retail market, a consumer segment, pricing, local employment, individual property performance. See also macroeconomics. End of page.